Good morning and welcome to 755 Live, about 5 minutes of what Jesus said. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving and really appreciate you checking this out today. These 755 Live segments are just soundbite versions of the commands of Jesus, and you can find a different command of Jesus at our weekday Bible plan at bible.today.church. And some helpful resources there to just help us learn the commands of Jesus so that we can not only obey them, but teach others, because that's how Jesus said to go make disciples. If this is meaningful to you, it would really help, and I would appreciate it a lot if you would like it, if you'd share it, if you comment it. It really makes a big difference. Today's Jesus said, guard against greed. This comes from Luke 12:15. Then he said, beware, guard against every kind of greed. Life is not measured by how much you own. Now, in context here, in Luke 12, Jesus was teaching the crowd about hypocrisy. He was explaining that every secret will be revealed. He told them that if God even takes care of the sparrows, one of the smallest birds, won't he take care of us? And after that teaching, he got a question from the crowd. And I'm just going to paraphrase this question here. Hey, Jesus, my brother won't share his inheritance. Will you tell him to? And Jesus, in response to that question, gave this command. Beware, guard. Jesus gave two warnings. Evidently, this was important. Beware, guard against greed. All kinds of greed. Watch out. Protect yourself, Jesus said. And not only did Jesus use two warnings here, he used a very strong word for greed. In the Greek, this word is pleonexia, from a word that literally means avarice or fraudulent extortion, covetousness. It's the greedy desire to have more. Avarice really means extreme greed for wealth or material gain. Jesus said, beware, be on guard for this extreme form of greed, this covetousness, desiring wealth or material gain. And once again, Jesus is making the emphasis here that the important thing is about heart. It's about where our heart is, where our desire is. What are we eager for? About? Are we eager for more physical things, for more fleshly, earthly things, or are we seeking the kingdom? To further emphasize this point, on Luke 12, verse 17, Jesus said to himself, or he told this story about actually a person who said to himself, what should I do? I don't have room for all my crops. And then he said, I know, I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. And then I'll have enough room to store all my wheat and other goods. And then I'll sit back and say to myself, my friend, you have enough stored away for years to come. Now take it easy, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, you fool, you will die this very night. Then who will get everything you worked for? Yes, a person is a fool, Jesus said, to store up earthly wealth, but not have a rich relationship with God. The meaning here, Jesus goes on to teach about not worrying, and he's saying that it's not about money and possessions. It's not about what we have in this life. It's about heart and priority. Then in verse 31 of Luke 12, Jesus continues, seek the kingdom of God above all else, and he will give you everything you need. He says, don't be afraid, little flock, for it gives your Father great happiness to give you the kingdom. And what should our response be? Verse 33, sell your possessions and give to those in need. This will store up treasure for you in heaven, and the purses of heaven will never get old or develop holes. Your treasure will be safe. No thief can steal it, and no moth can destroy it. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be. Where is our treasure? Our heart tells us. What's most important? What priorities are we seeking? Jesus said, seek the kingdom of God first. And he said, guard against greed. He gave a very stark warning for that. Beware. Guard against this. We are to seek the kingdom of God before everything else. Jesus said, guard against greed. How can we put that into action today?